Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Y'all, as an old trucker from Georgia in his first term in Congress, I ran on several different things. The border issue was right up there as number one in securing that border. Mr. Chilton, you took the words right out of my mouth. That blame wall's work, and we need to finish that wall. When I've been up here just over a year, y'all, I've had the opportunity to go, I don't know, I think on this maybe my 7th, 8th field hearing. And most of the time we sit in D.C. and we hold these hearings and we haul these intellectuals in from Harvard and Yale, you know, the ones that know everything. But that ain't where the real story's at. And it's nice to come out here to see real people and to look out there and see on your face the concern that you have, not just for you, but for your family and for your kids. You know, I represent about 20 counties. And we've got a county it's barely 15,000 people, y'all. Man, they're losing more than one person a month to fentanyl. And this is up in North Georgia mountains with good blue-collar people. You know, Sheriff, sometimes I like to rant and don't ask questions, but I've got to know something because I'm like Representative Buddy Carter here. I did not know. I thought that when you wanted to cross the border, you shelled out, I don't know how these folks have $8,000 to $10,000. I thought they were poor and couldn't afford nothing. But I thought you just came down here, shelled out money, and you went across the border. But from what I understand, and I want you to elaborate just to tell the American people exactly how this works, because apparently there's certain sections of the border that you go across depending on who you are, what you are, and this thing is way more organized than just a ferry boat ride across the river.
Congressman, you're exactly right on that, and thanks to your sheriff from your district that came out and spent some time with us too, Sheriff Long. But it's true. It's the gatekeepers by the cartels that control the fees, control who comes across the country. As my friend here from Border Patrol will tell you too, it's $7,000 and up based on who you are, who's taking the money from you. So, and a lot of those people, Congressman, don't have the money, so they become servant. And that's where that word, the modern day slavery, and it's amazing we're allowing that to happen, that come to the country, they're servant to the cartels for labor, sex, enforcement, whatever the case may be. We have to address the cartels, not as a political body, but a criminal body. And then you've heard me talk about that earlier today too. So it's a tragedy what's going on with these cartels. And it's sad that we're down here, state, local, community leaders, doing everything we can, while the White House and members of Congress are turning their back on that criminal cartel because they're the ones winning here.
You know, and I appreciate that. The criminals that are coming across, they don't respect our borders. They don't respect that trash or the firewood. They don't respect our law enforcement, our laws. I want to tell y'all something. You know, the hearings I've been on, the federal government doesn't give a rat's butt what you think. It's complete overreach. It's complete out of control. It's dominance. It's dominance over the American people to push us far left into a socialistic society. And if they can import people like the people you've seen out there with these protests that don't have any respect for law enforcement, then they've got more voters in the country. The thing I think I want to get across today is, and I want two things to come across. Number one, by God, the political winds are changing in this country. Sir, you're exactly right. That border bill the Senate put out there, it was crap. I'm glad they didn't take it up. H.R. 2, been sitting over there in the Senate for almost a year, y'all. Hell, it's got enough dirt on it you could plant produce in it. But they're not going to take that up. Of course they're not. They're not going to take up anything. They're not going to do those 8 suggestions. I got them posted outside my wall. They're not going to do that. That'd interfere with their agenda. But I tell you what, November's coming quick. Biden had all 3 houses when he first came in. They wanted to really pass the border law. They could have done it then. What chamber were they missing? Nothing. We can fix that in November. We put the right people in place up there, and by God, we'll let these folks know that came in this country illegal. It's time to go home. Because if you don't want to go home, we're going to pick you up and we're going to send you home. Because, y'all, it's time to take our country back. Mr. Chairman, I yield back with that.
Gentlemen.